That, by the way, is a big talking point in the US too. Foreign interference in domestic politics and elections. They've been talking about it since 2016. And it may come up again. In less than 10 hours from now, we'll see one of the biggest events in the election calendar, the presidential debates. The first of the three will happen today. US President Donald Trump will come face to face with Democratic nominee and former Vice President Joe Biden. Where is this presidential debate being held? In Cleveland, Ohio. WION will be airing it live starting 6:30 a.m. IST on Wednesday. What can you expect from this Ohio showdown? There will be 6 segments of approximately 15 minutes each. The moderator will open each segment with a question. Trump and Biden will have 2 minutes each to respond. They will also be allowed to rebut each other. So what are these 6 segments? Trump and Biden's records, the Supreme Court, the Wuhan virus pandemic, the US economy, race and violence in the US cities, and the integrity of the US presidential election. These segments may change in case of a big news development, but this is what the shape of the debate will be like. So who is the moderator for the first presidential debate? Fox News host Chris Wallace. Wallace has said that he will not fact-check Trump, or Biden for that matter. Given the president's love for alternative facts, it will be interesting to see if Biden spends his time fact-checking the president or whether he will use it to put forward his argument. Another thing to look out for will be the impact of Trump's tax report, the one that claims that the US president has not been paying his taxes for years. These presidential debates are an old tradition in the US. They've been happening for decades. Now, a Google search will tell you that the first televised presidential debate was held in 1960 between Democratic nominee John F. Kennedy and Republican Vice President Richard Nixon. But you know what? It is not true. The first televised debate was held 4 years before this, in 1956. Democratic candidate Adlai Stevenson had challenged incumbent Republican President Dwight Eisenhower. What happened then? The men did not appear for their debates. Their representatives did. Former First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt represented the Democrats. She was taken on by Republican Senator Margaret Chase Smith. So technically, and this is very interesting, the first televised presidential debate featured 2 women. Anyway, what happened 4 years later was very interesting. The candidates were new to television camera. Kennedy knew how to use the camera to engage his voters, so he looked straight into the lens. Nixon, on the other hand, kept looking from one side to another. He addressed the reporters in the studio instead of addressing the voters. So Kennedy ended up looking confident. Nixon seemed disinterested. It did not help that he was also shifty and sweaty. The vice president was recovering from a hospital visit and had reportedly refused to wear makeup to this debate. The result was this. Nixon looked very sick on air.
I don't believe that you're going to be able to reduce the federal debt very much in 1961, 2, or 3. I think you have heavy obligations which affect our security, which we're going to have to meet. And therefore, I've never suggested we should be able to retire the debt substantially or even at all in 1961 or 2.
Senator, I believe in one of your speeches you
never
suggested that reducing the interest rate would help toward...
No, not reducing the interest.
Well, Nixon went on to lose this election, and the debates went on to become a case study on the importance of body language, television do's and don'ts, and the role of charisma in the US election. Does that mean that these debates influence the election results? There is no proof, really. Former President Barack Obama did not have a great debate season against Mitt Romney in 2012. Obama sealed his re-election anyway. Personal insults dominated Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump's 2016 debates. Clinton spoke about Trump's sexually aggressive remarks on women. But none of it stopped Donald Trump from winning the election. This year's debates mark the 60th anniversary of the Kennedy-Nixon debates. But 2020 is quite different, courtesy the Wuhan virus. A large portion of the US electorate is voting early, either in person or in mail. Many of them would have already voted before the third debate. So if at all these debates have the potential of swinging votes, the first and the second ones will be the game changers. Thank you for watching Gravitas on WION's YouTube channel. If you want to stay up to date with what's happening around the world, then subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like and share. Thank you very much for watching WION. World is One.